If you're a coach and you want to hit consistent 100K, 250K, and even up to 1 million a month, then here is a quick summary of our offer and how we build and run the marketing system to get you to your target profit numbers. And right now in this quick demo, I'm going to show you the RMAS method, which is our 6 systems that when combined works like magic, and that business coaches and agencies, honestly, they don't want you to see this, because I'm going to show you why VSLs, challenges, book funnels, even lead magnets, they're not working for you anymore, and why you shouldn't hire a business coach or even an ad agency to run your ads or marketing, and why it can potentially be a really bad idea to build an internal marketing and sales team that could be absolutely killing your growth. Now, there is a good chance that you're skeptical hearing this, as honestly, I would be too. But I want to make sure that this is for you and I don't want to waste your time. So here is the proof that this system really works. With one partner, they added 100K cash collected and added 35K in MRR within just the first week of using this system. To another coach that added over 566K in sales in less than 30 days with zero ad spend. To another coach that has cracked 1 million in profit every quarter. Yes, that is 4 million in profit a year using this system. To another coach saying that how this is the best thing they have ever seen set up compared to anything else that she's ever invested in. Then there's another coach that did 50,000 in just one morning using the exact process I'm about to show you. So that is proof that this is not theory, and this is actually me and my team in the trenches actually building and growing coaching businesses. And if you do decide to join us, the small investment is tiny compared to the huge growth potential that you have. Now, really quickly before I show you how this system works, if we're just meeting for the first time, you should know that I'm not a business coach and I don't teach business building. After I sold my last coaching company, I wanted to be sleeves rolled up, actually in the trenches building businesses, not doing the whole business coach circle jerk thing where they only make money from teaching theory and not actually doing it themselves. As the fact is, business coaches and agencies, they don't want to see this. Why? Because there is a good chance that you've joined business coaching programs, masterminds, or paid for agencies before and you didn't get the results you wanted. If they were the solution to what it is that you need to grow your business, you wouldn't be watching this right now. You'd be on a yacht off the coast of Croatia working on your suntan, but you're not. You're here and you're wanting a system to be able to get leads and get clients, and that's what I'm going to show you. Because if you're frustrated from working hard, doing everything right and still not seeing your income grow, if you're fed up because you've tried the methods like webinars, challenges, VSLs, book funnels, and even trying to do the whole Hormozy content thing and it hasn't worked for you, as the problem is with all of those tactics, there's a lot of upfront work, it's super tech heavy, it takes large budgets, it's really competitive because everyone else is trying to do it, and there is no guarantee of success. Now, I highly recommend that you stay to the end, as I'm going to bribe you right now because I know this is worth your time and attention sticking with me. Now, at the end of this demo, I'm going to give you the opportunity of getting a free holiday. Now, I know that sounds completely nuts, but stick with me just for 10 seconds. See, luxury hotels, if they have a spare room, they don't make any money from it. But if they can get someone in the room, even for free, at least the resort will make some money from the drinks, the foods, and the other little expenses that we all make then when we're there. Now, we've partnered with a company that does exactly that. So stay with me to the end, potentially get a free holiday, but really see behind the scenes how to grow a business using the system that we're using to scale 7 and 8 figure coaches. Now, I highly recommend you stay to the end because I'll piece together exactly how each of the 6 systems of the RMAS work. So if you're doing 35K a month already, then you're really going to want to watch this. If you're under 35K a month, you're still going to get plenty of value right here. However, I do have a specific demo training that's going to be more about your revenue level and what you need to be able to do to get up to the level that we're really talking about for you to use that RMAS. As the best way that I can explain the RMAS is that if you've watched the Avenger movies, replace Thanos with an awesome coach, and that awesome coach that wants to change the world, that's you. Now, if you want to be able to make it rain leads, sign on clients, and easily profit what you want every single month, there's 6 playbooks. Now, Thanos needs 6 Infinity Stones, but you only need 6 playbooks. And your 6 playbooks are the Ad Matrix, the DTO Prezzo, the New Lead Microwave, the Outbound Amplify, the App Funnel, and the High Converting Sales System. But the real magic is when they're all actually working together. This is where we don't get linear growth. It's 1 + 1 + 1. This is where our partners' businesses are able to boom exponentially and to be able to have that hockey stick growth that you're probably really looking for. And with all that working, this is when you love to wake up each day because you know that your business has leads, is making sales, and you're relaxed because you're working in your zone of genius. You're not stressing about whether you're actually going to be waking up trying to chase after your next client or what it is that you need to be able to do to grow to the next level. Now, I wasn't always the brains behind some of the most successful coaching business. I personally made my fortune with coaching, but I barely passed high school. I had no formal training in writing or advertising. I was actually in special needs classes in primary school. I have no special technical expertise, and I can barely figure the tech stuff out for myself. I do suppose I'm woefully unqualified for this business, and I doubt if I could even get a job at an ad agency or a marketing company. Still, this year, our partner portfolio will sell over $32 million worth of coaching programs, and I'll personally profit a few million myself. But not long ago, I sold my last coaching company. Most people said that I couldn't sell a coaching business. It was my face on it at the time, but I did, and I was able to successfully exit a multi-7-figure coaching business. But then I had a lot of coaches come to see me wanting to know how I built a successful business, but also how I got off the org chart, how I was able to sell it, how I was able to actually have a coaching business run without me doing the heavy lifting in it. And especially as me as a father of 4 daughters, wanting to be the best husband to my wife and also enjoy close time with my friends, be in great physical health and shape, and actually, dare I say, enjoy life, I believe in coaching and coaches, which is why I founded all of this, which is why we've put together this exact system. We've worked so hard, we've got it down to a science to be able to grow coaching businesses. That's what lights me up. So if you wave my magic wand, what is it that you actually want? For this demo to actually be helpful, you've got to align your intention with what it is you actually want to be able to achieve. And so you need to answer one key question right now. What is the dream monthly revenue that you want to be able to have in 12 months from now? What is that income number that gives you the freedom that you want? And then when you have that income, when you have that freedom, what is it that your life actually turns into? Why are you actually doing this at the end of the day? Why in God's name are you actually watching this? Why are you working so hard inside of your business? As the fact is, you want to be able to have multi-6-figure months. That's a good thing, and there is nothing wrong with it. But what is wrong if you're trying to do the old, outdated things and you're banging your head against the wall and you're not being able to see your income grow month to month. Because if you want to have high profit margins, so you're putting a lot of that money actually into your back pocket, into your personal bank account, if you want to be able to have a business operating like clockwork, so you don't feel like you're herding cats every day and that you are able to do the work that you really want to do, and if you want to have a system that each and every day brings in quality leads and has a sales process that turns them into high value clients, then the fact is none of this is a pipe dream. It's simply very doable. All you need to do is answer that one single question, which is really right now, what right now is the single most best way for you to be able to have clients and get them to pay more and to stay for longer? And that's exactly what we do for you. That's exactly what this system has been created for. As the real truth is, to be able to make that happen without a shadow of a doubt for me, there are 3 mistakes that you need to make sure that you need to avoid. As I know, I made these 3 mistakes. The first mistake is if you're relying on business coaches and masterminds and trying to scour the internet for more information, more tactics, you're only going to be confused, overwhelmed, and probably getting bad advice. Now, this isn't a bad thing, but if you have invested thousands before into this, and if you're watching this and it hasn't worked for you, you've got to ask yourself why. One reason could be is because you get a scatter effect of them really just churning out more content and you really not getting the laser precision, individualized, made for you, made for your business, actual advice and help. And importantly, the strategies and even more importantly, the execution, which is needed to be able to get those strategies to work inside of your business, haven't been given to you. Which is why I want to show you a super quick clip as to someone that has come to us saying something that you've probably murmured yourself.
The reason I wanted to connect with you is that I've been doing some coaching, group coaching for the last almost year and committed to that for 12 months. And while that's been really good and helped me get to this point, I'm really looking for maybe a little bit more direct input around my messaging and around my funnels, because I feel like that is a weakness of mine, and I acknowledge that. I get great results from my clients, but the marketing side is definitely where I fall down, and it's something that I really want to work on and would love to have a bit more maybe strategic insight, maybe a bit more one-on-one, a bit more direction on that.
Now, the second big mistake is actually hiring an ad agency or an ad or media buyer and thinking that one outside person can come in and fix everything for you. There is no doubt that once you build a paid ad selling system that you can sleep really well. And that's the whole point. Relying on organic content, that kind of sucks in my eyes because you're at the mercy of having to be the dancing bear and also the algorithms. As so many coaches have been burnt by ad agencies and media buyers before, because again, they're trying to service as many people as they can in so many different industries and niches as possible. And you get down a watered down experience. You get junior team members on your accounts and you don't get, again, the personalized, hyper-focused strategy and execution that's needed to get the results that you really want. Now, the third mistake is building an internal marketing team. Now, I know this can sound counterintuitive, as for some, building an internal marketing team is magic. However, that is only true if you already have the exact strategies and systems built. Otherwise, you're just taking a heavy load of recruiting and training and upskilling and managing on a daily basis with team members that are only going to repeat the wrong things, get the wrong things done, and eventually not get the results you want. So instead of being able to actually pass the buck on and have the team handle it for you, you're now actually in the weeds trying to manage everything and still not seeing the results. Now, I share this to best help you because the loss of opportunity most coaches are having makes me want to throw up in my mouth, because that was me not that long ago. And I literally want to kick my own ass knowing how much money I've missed from doing the wrong things previously in other businesses. So now you don't have to. Because let's say wherever you are income wise, and let's say between where you are right here and your goal income is 120K a month. That's the gap between where you are and where you want to go. And if you plateau and if you don't grow, hell, even if you just only rise by a little bit, let's say you raise by $20,000 a month right now, that is still a minimum of $1.2 million a year that you have lost in opportunity cost. Have you subscribed? If not, this is the best time for you to subscribe, whether you're on the YouTube or on the podcast. Why? Because it would be a bummer if you missed out on everything that's to come, or don't subscribe if you're not actually getting much value out of this, because there is a zillion other things that you could be doing. So I'd rather you go and do that. The ball's in your court. But also, I think in longer term time horizons as well. So you've got to think about how much longer do you want to be running your business for? Is it 5 years, 10 years, 20 more years? If you calculate the amount of lost earnings because you weren't able to bridge the gap between where you are and where you really want to go, that is tens of millions of dollars potentially lost. Which is why I believe that you being able to bridge the gap in between where you are and having this system to reliably increase your bottom line is so important. Now, I really don't want to come off sounding cocky, as it's just the confidence of knowing that we've got this down to a science. We have been able to prove this with coaches in multiple niches and starting at different revenue levels as well. And it's based off what we call the RMAS method. Now, the first thing that we're going to work on is building your straight line selling system. as this is the fastest, most reliable process to bring in leads and to be able to sign on clients. And this is really where we come in as your CMO, your marketing coordinator, your media buyer, everything you need to be able to grow your coaching business. And we take the stress and the strain off your hands so we can do the work for you. So let me walk you through the 6 systems that are together the RMAS method. Now, system 1 is the cold to sold ad matrix. This is where we've all heard before, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel before, but what's really important is, do you know the exact messaging and sequencing that needs to happen so that you can be seen as the authority in your market, so you can get people to truly take notice of you, so that then you are able to be able to maximize them going into your actual selling process. We do. And this is the blueprint for setting up your ads and how quickly and easily we find the highest and most potential ROI structure to be able to fit into your business. But then once we go from the ad matrix, we go to system 2, which is the $1 million microwave. So if you're not staying top of mind to your market or to your prospects, you're being forgotten pretty bloody quickly. But also, if you want to be able to not have to wait months or years for someone to be able to first become a lead to then signing on as a client, we need to be able to take them through a process. And we engineer a shorter buying cycle so we can push $10 in ads today, and we can know that we are able to get $50, $100 back in 30 to 60 days time. As it's a little known secret that this is how we scale quickly. We have a system that we are able to put money in, it goes through the RMAS system, and then we collect a new client and profits. Then we take a portion of those profits and we then just put it back at the start to be able to buy a new client, and we rinse and repeat that process. That is how we're able to scale businesses so much quicker. Because then once we go from ads to the microwave, because we're not going to let lead nurture become a fault like so many coaches do, we really need to be able to then tap on what we call system 3, which is the outbound amplifier. See, most coaches freak out and are really scared of this because there can be complexity to this, and yes, shit can go wrong if you don't set it up right. But gone are the days of running a Facebook ad to an application and getting someone on a call in 1 to 2 days time and then signing on as a client. The game has changed. And us using the outbound amplifier to be able to book leads and to be able to have, from a customer service point of view, people actually seeing and liking what it is your business is going to be able to increase ad conversions, which means your ad costs go down, your cost per lead goes down, but your sales conversions then go through the roof. But it's really only because we then are able to use system 4, which is what we call the coach's application funnel. As there is a fun fact that no one, and I'm pretty serious about this, no one has ever woken up and said, I want a discovery or a strategy call with you today. That's not what people want. This is where we get really granular in this coaches out funnel and do what is crafting an ideal offer, and then having the process put together so that we're able to get more sales applications and sales conversations. But importantly, we need to do it so that we have high show rates and high conversion rates, because what we're able to do once we have this process put together is we're able to then know that we can put $1 in for an ad, that we're going to get a high maximized show rate throughout the sales process because we've got the microwave nurturing system and the outbound. But then once they come into the sales process, we know that they're getting to the actual sales conversation very ready, hot, and actually wanting what it is that you've got to sell. But then that's really where it comes down to system 5, which is the high converting, what we call 4P closing process. And the best way to explain it is like this. Think of McDonald's. It's a $1 billion a year business, and it's built on the back of pimply teenagers. It's the system, it's the scripts, it's the basic steps that their employees follow that make it near perfect, and you eat the same food all over the world. Now, we build your process so you're not having to rely on A-grade talent, because that is a recipe for disaster and it's going to eat away all your profits. So from the entire process from selling your programs, we're able to make sure that it's handled properly, but importantly, it's actually orchestrated into a process that you're able to get a B or even C level employee, team member, but be able to get an A grade result. Now, all of that process, those 5 systems work pretty goddamn well. However, if we don't use this 6th system, what we call the DTO Prezzo, this is where things go right. But this is where we can get that hockey stick effect. Because what do you think would happen if you could get your prospects to know, number 1, how you get them to your dream solution? Number 2, how you are able to do it in a far superior way compared to your competitors. And then number 3, they believe that it's a great deal and it's well worth their money signing up with you. What would happen? I'm pretty sure you'd have an amazing business, and I'm pretty sure you'd be making a hell of a lot more money. That's exactly what we do with this high converting DTO Prezzo. As I truly think that if you don't have this, you're going to struggle, but also why when you put these 6 systems together, things become a hell of a lot better. So the 2 questions for you to answer here is question 1, do you have all of these 6 systems built and working for you? And question 2, do you know the metrics and data as to what is actually working if you do have those systems set up? As I should probably have said earlier, that one of the key mistakes is actually not knowing your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, then we're not able to actually make educated decisions as to what is needed to be able to grow your business, which is why when we come in as a partner, we get very granular in the numbers first. We get the data and go through it and then know exactly what is the constraint that we work on, solve that constraint, and then continue to rinse and repeat that process. Now, if all of that sounds a little too good to be true, I just want to quickly show what 2 other multi-7-figure-a-year coaches have to say about using this system.
I'm not one to put mayonnaise on stories and sprinkle herbs and spices on stories just to spin a good yarn, but Chris Dufey has genuinely helped me and my business to scale past 7 figures and beyond, from everything to hiring and firing, to systems and operations, to amazing marketing hooks that get people into our funnel, to hiring closers and setters, verbiage that you say on enrollment calls, to really having a heart-centered business as well, not making it just about the money, but also really genuinely caring about clients and customers and staff. If you are considering getting guidance or mentorship from him, I highly recommend him. He's been instrumental in my business. He's an all-around great guy, full of integrity, high morals, and I really support him.
Hey, my name's Xander Fryer. I run a company called High Impact Coaching, and I want to tell you about Chris Dufey. He has to be one of the most knowledgeable people in the space to help coaches build businesses. Now, I have a $4 million business. We work with hundreds of clients at a time, and I've been in the industry for about 8 years. So I've been very skeptical to work with people because, there's a lot of crap in the industry. There's a lot of people that, kind of think they know what they're doing. And then there's people like Chris that actually do know what they're doing. Not only is he always up to speed on kind of the bleeding edge tactics and strategies that are working because he's working with the best in the industry, but he also understands the principles, the fundamental and foundational principles that allow you to build a long-term scalable business that can build you the life that you really want. So if you're a coach, you're looking to scale and frankly build a life that you have a bigger impact and more freedom, don't hesitate to reach out to Chris. He's just the best in the world.
Now, our model is we only work with a small number of coaches, as our competitive advantage is knowing exactly what's working and what's not working in our industry, because we are sleeves rolled up, actually doing the work, and we know that no one else is actually doing this. But the caveat to this is we can only take on a very limited number of partners each month. So it's by registering your interest with an application for me and my team to go through to actually make sure that we're a good fit together. Because we are so confident that if you apply and if you qualify to get in, we guarantee results and you have no risk in actually joining. And I know that's a bold statement, but it comes from 2 places. One, I know that you're skeptical and that you should be, which is why we take on all the risk and you have 0 risk. So the taking the next step is an absolute no-brainer for you. But two, we know that this works. Our business is growing your business. So we only take on businesses that we know and we're very highly confident in that we can knock this out of the park with. Now, remember the question I asked you earlier, which was, why do you want to achieve the revenue and profit amount? And are you actually clear on the changes that having that money is going to make into your life? As for me, becoming financially free meant I only work on the projects with the partners that I absolutely love. It meant that me and my family have homes around the world and we travel as much as we want, and I don't have a sense of fear or insecurity when it comes to money. I get to spend it on my family and my friends and to be able to give us the quality of life that we absolutely love. And that's why I know when you have a system that takes care of leads and sales for you, and you're working in your zone of genius, and you're watching your bottom line grow from month to month to month, you feel so much better about this. You're not having that heavy feeling of stress anymore. And if you're thinking right now, is this actually right for me? This is why we have a quick and easy application process. There is no choose time page on the calendar after you register your interest. I need to actually go through your application. We vet it, and then we'll be in personal contact with you. And so if you're asking as well, is this actually going to cost me an arm and a leg to join? Then the way I answer it's really simple. Let's say you're doing 70K a month right now, and you want to be at 200K a month. Well, then that means every month you're losing $130,000 by not doing what's needed to grow your business. Over a year, that's nearly a few million that you have lost. Over 5 to 10 years, there's many, many, many millions that you've actually lost by not being able to have a system to get leads and to sign clients. That's why I know that if we just bridge that gap right now, this is one of the best financial decisions that you will ever make. Now, there's another question that many other partners before they joined us have asked, which is, well, Chris, what if I already have a marketing department? And if you already have a marketing department, no worries, because we'll integrate in with them and we'll amplify everything that's already getting done. As it's really important to us that we are seamlessly coming in and actually working with your team as well. But really importantly, to make sure that this is a no-brainer, to answer the skepticism or questions that are in your head right now, if you are asking, well, what results should I expect by joining you and your team, Chris? Now, this is like asking, how long is a piece of string? But seriously, this is also why we have our application process and that we have our guarantee to take all the risk on if you do qualify in as well. Oh, and one more thing. I am a big believer that we don't have business problems, but we have personal problems that create business problems, which is one reason why we use the word partner. This truly is partnering, as I know all too well when personal and life stuff comes up, the kids are sick, you're not feeling well, family issues arise, all that stuff, that you can lean on us and we can take on that slack as well, and that you don't need to be able to go through it alone. As there's one really important factor, which is I don't want you worried about losing money. You're not going to, because we guarantee results if you qualify in. We take on all the risks so you can register your interest now, do the quick application form, and be able to have us get in contact with you. So is it worth 5, maybe 10 minutes of your time to register your interest? Hell yes it is, because you either see how our system works and how we're scaling 7- and 8-figure coaching businesses, and we make it a complete no-brainer, no risk for you to be able to take on the next steps so that we can come in and then actually build the machine to get leads and to increase your sales. So let me walk you through how this actually works right now. You're going to click the link to register your interest. Then you're just going to answer a few quick questions to give us the insight so we know that we're a good fit. Then, if you qualify, we'll have a quick call to cover everything, answer all of your questions, and importantly, go into the planning as to what actually needs to happen to growing your business. As I am a believer of the law of constraint, which says that there is at any one time one major constraint that is slowing or stopping your business from growing. Which is why the first thing we do is we define, number one, what the constraint is, and we focus on what is the fastest and easiest path to get to the result that you want. Then we prescribe the plan in detail, project by project, task by task, everything that needs to happen in the next quarter so that we know that we're on target to hitting our results. and then we've engineered our fast start process. And this is really important. When joining, we've engineered the fast start process so that within the first 30 days, we're able to have your lead system built for you. And this is exactly how it works. Days 1 to 5, we set up your direct response headlining tests. Days 6 to 10, we go into our phase 2 testing. Days 11 to 15, we go through the sales process build out. Days 16 to 21, we build the back end and application system. Days 21 to 26, we do the full tech build out. Then days 27 to 30, we do the service launch and we have your RMAS system go live. That is literally what we're doing with you in the first 30 days. After that, we move into a collaborative execution. So step by step, there is no BS, there is zero tolerance for anything that is actually needed for accountability provided so that everyone involved in my team, with you and your team, we are all have a vested interest in your success. So there's no guesswork, there's no hours of videos, there's no watered down coaching. So from everything to crafting your campaigns, to managing the intricate strategies, to running the ads, to being able to have it all handled with a personal touch, and you're not having to deal with inexperienced staff, and you're just direct interactions with us, the seasoned experts, doing the heavy lifting with you. So if you're asking, what exactly is you and the Rainmakers going to do for me, Chris? This is the list. We do the strategy and execution. We do the custom lead generation and sales. We build out your funnels. We run the targeted paid advertising. We do the strategic retargeting campaigns. We run the engaging webinars and live events. We build out a monthly content marketing strategy. We are able to do the high converting email marketing for you. We are implementing the launch strategies. We're also doing the monthly in-depth analysis and performance tracking. We're literally handling everything needed to ensure that you have an engine that grows your business. But ultimately, what I'm really offering you right now is good sleep, because you're able to go to sleep each night easily and peacefully, knowing that your business is in the hands of pros who have grown many multi-million-dollar businesses. So at this point, you know exactly how our partners are able to grow and scale coaching businesses so quickly. And that brings me to the exact reason why I wanted to make this demo for you, as we're not scaling what we do. Our incentive is scaling your business. So we are aligned with the exact correct incentive, which is to grow your bottom line. And I've deliberately set up the Rainmakers for maximum lifestyle advantage for myself and my team, while delivering a level of results of service that honestly is not available anywhere else. So if this sounds even a little bit interesting, and because I can't cover everything in a short demo, then the next step is blazingly obvious, because I've already said it, which is click the link below to register your interest. And once you register interest, we will be in contact with you very soon, because we must confirm every application first. And then once we go through your application, we'll be able to be in touch. You'll get an email from us if your application is good, and we'll book in a quick call to make sure that we can answer all of your questions and take you through the initial game plan. So if that sounds good, click the link, you know the next steps to take, because you could be next in sending me the messages like what my other partners have sent, and you being able to have the huge wins. And let me remind you of the proof, so that you can have that warm, fuzzy feeling you're wanting to have to be able to register your interest, because for some reason you still haven't done it, and I've said it like 6 times already so far. But to give you that warm, fuzzy feeling, let me show you the proof is in the pudding. With one partner, they added 100K cash collected and added 35K in MRR within just the first week of using this system. To another coach that added over 566K in sales in less than 30 days with zero ad spend. To another coach that has cracked 1 million in profit every quarter. Yes, that is 4 million in profit a year using this system. To another coach saying that how this is the best thing they have ever seen set up compared to anything else that she's ever invested in. Then there's another coach that did 50,000 in just one morning using the exact process I'm about to show you. So that is proof that this is not theory, and this is actually me and my team in the trenches actually building and growing coaching businesses. And if you do decide to join us, the small investment is tiny compared to the huge growth potential that you have. Some have even said that I'm the world's best, which is based on the proven processes that we can use with you. And if you're skeptical, that's good, because others have been, and the results just speak for themselves. As the worst case scenario is you apply, you have your demo call, and you get to see behind the scenes of us and what it is that we're doing so that you know how to be able to grow your business. Best case scenario, we partner with you and start growing your business and making your life easier straight away. So, is it worth the small amount of time? Hell yes it is. And if you're on the fence, or if you're not too sure if you qualify for this, it's okay, we'll let you know. So, click the button below, answer the few questions, and we'll be in touch, as I'm really truly looking forward to hearing from you. Now, as I've given the call to action, I don't know, 6, 7+ times already, and you're still here, that's cool. What I want to do is I want to make sure that you're totally comfortable and confident, and I'll even share what some of the most successful coaches and top earners in our industries are saying about me. If you've enjoyed this episode and it's vibed with you, then make sure that you hit subscribe, whether you're on the YouTube or on the podcast. And importantly, if there is any guests that you want me to have on the show, or specific questions or topics that you want me to be able to cover for you, simply put it into the YouTube comments or send me an Instagram DM. That way I can make sure you're getting the most out of actually being here.